One of the very first things that people tend to notice about Sigma men is how quiet they are. While their silence can be misinterpreted as shyness or a lack of confidence, the truth is that there are many surprising reasons why Sigma men might prefer to stay silent in certain situations. They don't seem to be the ones who constantly fill the air with meaningless words or engage in small talk. They choose their moments to speak and prefer to keep things to themselves. But why do these guys act this way? This question often pops up in the minds of people who come across Sigma men. Their behavior may seem puzzling at first, but they have valid reasons for their quiet demeanor. So without further ado, here are 10 surprising reasons why Sigma males are quiet. 1. They will only speak when they have something worth saying. One thing you'll notice about Sigma men is that they're not big fans of small talk or beating around the bush. They believe in the power of words and the importance of meaningful communication. That's why they choose to stay quiet until they have something truly worth saying. These men understand that words have weight and impact, and they value quality over quantity when it comes to their speech. Instead of filling the air with empty words or engaging in meaningless conversations, they prefer to wait until they have something of substance to contribute. When a Sigma does speak up, you can bet it's because he has a well-thought-out opinion, a valuable insight, or a meaningful contribution to make. They choose their words carefully, considering their impact on others and the conversation at hand. Their quiet nature allows them to listen, observe, and process information before formulating their thoughts. It is not that they're shy or don't have anything to say. They simply prefer to make their words count. They recognize that silence can be just as powerful as speech, and that sometimes the most profound ideas are born from moments of thoughtful contemplation. 2. They prefer to keep things private. Privacy is something that Sigma men hold dear. They respect their personal space and alone time, and keep them private. It's not hiding something or being secretive. It's a matter of boundaries and personal freedom. These guys know that not everything needs to be shared with the world. They find comfort in having their own private world, where they can explore their thoughts, emotions, and vulnerabilities without external criticism or judgment. By keeping things private, they protect their inner sanctum and maintain control over their lives. They have a deep respect for their own boundaries and those of others. They believe in the power of intimate connections and deep relationships cultivated within the realm of privacy. Their quiet nature allows them to reflect on past actions without external interference. They can navigate their thoughts and emotions without constantly seeking validation or advice from others. Keeping things private allows them to be independent and self-reliant, essential qualities of true Sigma males. 3. They're observant and pick up on the subtle things. People who talk too much tend to ignore things around them, even when those things are visible. Unlike these people, Sigma men absorb more of their environment by staying quiet. They have an incredible ability to notice the little details that often go unnoticed by others. It's like they have a built-in radar for subtle things in their surroundings. Instead of being the life of the party, these men choose to be silent observers. Don't get it wrong. It's not because they're uninterested or aloof. Their silence allows them to focus and concentrate on what's happening around them. They can read body language, facial expressions, and even the tone of a conversation like nobody's business. It's fascinating to watch them in action. They can decipher underlying messages and emotions, even when nobody else seems to have a clue. Their quiet nature allows them to absorb information and stay ahead of others. They're like detectives, picking up on the tiniest details others might overlook. These guys have an uncanny talent for seeing the bigger picture and connecting the dots between seemingly unrelated events. 4. They never want to miss out on anything. Here's a surprising twist about Sigma men that most people don't know. They're actually afraid of missing out. Despite their quiet behavior, they have an insatiable curiosity and a deep desire to stay in the loop. They don't want to be left behind or oblivious to what's happening around them. So instead of constantly chasing the spotlight, these men choose to be attentive listeners and keen observers. They don't want to miss a beat. They create the perfect environment for absorbing information and learning from their surroundings by staying quiet. It's like they have a sixth sense for important moments. They know valuable insights and opportunities often come from the quiet spaces between all the noise. While others are busy talking, they're busy listening and observing. They're gathering information, making notes, and putting the puzzle pieces together. But it's not just about staying in the loop for Sigma men. They understand the importance of being aware of the world around them. They stay informed about everything going on because they know that knowledge is power. Their silent nature allows them to consume a wide range of information, giving them unique perspectives and allowing them to make the right choices. These guys are always ahead of the game, and their ability to stay informed gives them a significant advantage over others. 5. They don't need to be the center of attention. One interesting thing about these men is that they don't have this constant need to be the show's star. While alpha males may thrive on being in the spotlight, these men are perfectly okay to step back and let others take center stage. It's not lacking confidence or low self-esteem. It's simply a matter of choice. They value independence and individuality and don't feel the pressure to conform or seek approval from others. They're comfortable in their skin and find fulfillment in their pursuits. Their quiet nature allows them to maintain a sense of personal autonomy. They can focus on their goals and passions without being swayed by the opinions or expectations of others. They don't need constant attention or external approval to feel fulfilled. They derive satisfaction from within, quietly pursuing their interests and finding joy in their own unique way. Sigma males are not interested in the fleeting moments of fame or popularity. They know that true fulfillment comes from living life on their terms. These guys don't need validation from others to feel good about themselves. They have an inner strength that allows them to remain grounded even when the world is chaotic. They march to the beat of their own drum, and their quiet nature only emphasizes their independence and self-reliance. 6. They may be bored and tired. Contrary to popular belief, Sigma's quiet demeanor is not always a deliberate choice. Sometimes they remain because they're genuinely bored or tired. They have limited tolerance for small talk or superficial interactions, preferring more meaningful and engaging conversations. Sigma males naturally have rich inner worlds and deep thoughts. They crave intellectual stimulation and value deep connections with others. So when they find themselves in situations or conversations that don't align with their interests or values, they naturally withdraw and appear quiet. They also tend to be selective about how they spend their energy. Socializing and engaging with large groups of people can be draining, especially in noisy environments. They'd rather recharge and rejuvenate by staying alone or engaging in activities that align with their interests. 7. They find more value in listening than speaking. Sigma men naturally have this unique perspective on communication. They believe that there's immense value in being a good listener instead of constantly needing to speak up. While others may feel the urge to fill every silence with their own voice, these men understand the power of listening. By remaining quiet and attentive, they create space for the people they're talking with to express themselves fully. It's through active listening that they can gain a deeper understanding of a person and the ideas they're trying to convey. It's like connecting the dots and better viewing the world. This is how they can learn from the experiences and perspectives of others. So instead of dominating conversations or trying to remain in the spotlight, they listen and absorb, making their contributions more meaningful and well-informed when they do decide to speak up. These guys are not afraid to let others shine and take the spotlight. They don't feel the need to compete or prove themselves in conversations. They're confident in their abilities and comfortable in their own skin. They know that true communication is a two-way street and that good listening is just as important as good talking. 8. They stay quiet to hear what's going on inside their head. Sigma men may be quiet and introspective, but that's not a weakness. It's actually their superpower. These guys embrace their quiet nature because it allows them to hear what's going on inside their own heads. In a world where everything is loud and chaotic, Sigmas retreat into silence to connect with their own thoughts and emotions. It's in these peaceful moments that they can truly understand themselves, their desires, and their motivations. They take the time to process their experiences, analyze their actions, and gain a clear view of their own personal growth. By opting for silence, they create space for clarity and introspection. This helps them identify their strengths, weaknesses, and areas to work on. It's like they're having a deep conversation with themselves, unraveling the intricacies of their own minds. Staying quiet and listening to their inner voice enables them to make more deliberate decisions. It helps them navigate challenges, set meaningful goals, and cultivate a sense of inner peace and fulfillment. 9. That's just the way they are. Did you ever think that sometimes the simplest explanation is the most accurate one? Well, that's definitely the case when it comes to Sigma men. Their quiet nature can often be summed up by saying, "That's just the way they are." It's an inherent part of their personality, and it's what sets them apart from the crowd. They embrace their quiet nature as a fundamental aspect of their identity and don't try to change or suppress it. It's just a natural expression of their individuality. Despite what some people may think, their quiet demeanor is not a sign of weakness or lack of personality. It's quite the opposite. These guys have a depth and richness within them that often goes unnoticed by those who judge based on appearance alone. They have their own unique way of interacting with the world, and their quietness is a part of that. This is not a flaw to be fixed, but a strength to be acknowledged. 10. They have a huge imagination and are super creative. Sigma men have these super imaginative and totally epic minds. Sometimes they get so caught up in their own thoughts that it's like they disappear into another world. Their quietness is often because they're lost in their own imagination, exploring new ideas and trying out different possibilities. They love to spend time inside their own heads, crafting intricate stories and envisioning new ways of doing things. It's like their brains are a playground of ideas waiting to be explored. Their quiet nature helps them tap into this wellspring of imagination. By creating a space of quiet contemplation, they can indulge in thoughts and ideas. It's where they find inspiration and bring their creative visions to life. Believe it or not, tons of famous people throughout history were Sigma men too. These guys just need the mental space and freedom to explore new ideas and challenge existing norms. They can think really deeply, connect seemingly unrelated concepts, and create something totally unique.